Welcome back to the Raw Show. Tonight's a different kind of episode where we watch Steve driving on the road. You can hear all about it on the radio. Oh, so strap yourselves in, we ain't going slow. Cause tonight we're gonna watch the blind race right here as we celebrate One Track Day. So stay tuned with the Raw team, talking about all things blind racing. So stay tuned on the 960. Watch Steve be a pro in the making. Stay tuned with the Raw team, talking about all things blind racing. So stay tuned on the 960. Watch Steve be a pro in the making.
Coast FM 963, you're on Raw Youth Disability Radio. We're out here roving and reporting, would you believe it, at Sydney Motorsport Park. It's the furthest we've gone for a field trip, and for good reason too. We're down here for the Blind Speed Track Day, invited by the man himself, Ben Felton, who we had on a few weeks ago, to talk about his speed record exploits. And the man that's getting behind the car wheel, the steering wheel, on behalf of Raw, is joining me right now. Stephen Wheatley, how are you today?
I'm good, Angus, my friend. I'm a bit nervous and a bit excited at the same time, I gotta say.
It's a really thrilling day to be down here. Any track day when you get behind the wheel is a thrilling day, let alone when it's your first time really doing it. So how did you get involved with signing up for this event?
Well, it's actually funny you say that, Angus. So I actually found out about today, as I've mentioned before to our Raw listeners in the past, so how I play goalball. I found it out through one of my goalball teammates, and that's how I managed to get in contact through Ben Felton, and we got him on the show, and that's how I thought it would be a great idea to find out off Ben a bit more about today, and here we are.
Yeah, awesome. We all made it down here to watch you in action. I got to say as well, I've got a blue wristband on right now, which means I'm going to be a passenger alongside this nervous looking lady next to me, Michelle, Steve's mum. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good to hear. Now, Steve's going to go send it, do a few laps around this track. How are you feeling about that?
I'm excited. I can't wait for him to put the accelerator down really fast, and you'll hear the roar of the engines.
The roar. Very nicely done.
It's going to definitely be a different experience because of so many years of mum driving me, now me driving her.
Yeah, well, how the tables have turned, and getting in the car, becoming a passenger for Steve for the first time. How are you feeling about that?
I trust Steve a lot. He's a really good driver. He listens really well to instructions, so I'm sure it's going to be lots of fun.
Yeah, for sure. So you were upstairs for a briefing earlier, Steve, about the evening's proceedings and what it's going to be like in the car and stuff like that. How's it going to go? Like, how are you going to go about driving this car? Do you have an instructor with you?
So there is going to be an instructor with me in the car as well as yourself and my mum. So I don't know how it's going to be and how they're going to go about giving the instructions. I can probably imagine they'll probably be guiding us as we go, as Ben has said when we interviewed him a few weeks ago on the show. They probably might say, as we're driving, turn right now, and I'll have to turn right at that very particular second. But I'm not really too sure, because I don't know how it's really going to be there, but they've told us about how today is going to work and what the plan is going to be and what we can do and what we can't do. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do any donuts or burnouts or anything, as much as I would really like to, but I think it's going to be a really good, great experience because, as Ben said on the show before as well, and as a blind person myself, to be able to get behind a steering wheel is just a very unique, just special experience. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, for sure. I would have felt that way too. I remember when I first got my L's and got the first chance to go for a drive and stuff like that, I felt like I was so free and could go anywhere and do anything. That's exactly how you're going to be feeling too, especially when you can send it around a real racetrack.
You remember your first drive, and this probably must be different compared to when you have your lesson at Service New South Wales going for your L's, because here you can go as fast as you want.
Exactly, and there's less stress. There's not someone next to you going, nah, you failed, nah, you did that wrong, and all that jazz. Just a bit of an insight before you get into the car, and I'll ask you this kind of afterwards as well. You've said on the show before, despite being visually impaired, you do have a little bit of vision still. How much of the track are you expecting to see, and do you reckon that will help you with your driving today?
Oh, so very good question. So I don't know how I'm probably actually going to go, Angus, because I think I might be able to see probably a couple of metres maybe in front of where I'm driving, but I don't really know. So it's going to be interesting.
That's for sure. It's going to be an interesting and new experience for all of us who are going to be in the car with you. I personally actually cannot wait to get out there on the track, and I'm sure you're chomping at the bit to do it as well. Steve, we're going to check back into you after you do your hot laps, but thanks for joining us beforehand.
No worries, Angus. Stay tuned to all listeners.
And Michelle, thanks for joining us as well.
Thanks, Angus.
Youth Disability Radio on Coast FM.
Raw team member Stephen Wheatley and his mum Michelle right there talking about his experience at the Blind Speed Track Day at Sydney Motorsport Park before he got behind the wheel. It's time for us to take a quick break, but coming up, we're going to be hearing a bit of footage I took from inside the car when Steve was actually driving alongside an instructor to give you a bit of an insight into how the day's proceedings went. How it worked on the day was once they got registered and they were sitting down there in the pits, they got divided into two groups: more experienced drivers and confident drivers, and inexperienced drivers. Steve was put in the inexperienced group, and once he was in the car and myself and Michelle were in the passenger seat, Steve's instructor got him kind of acquainted with the workings of the car, pointing out the pedals, the steering wheel, the hazard lights, the blinker, all that jazz. Then he got him to start up the car and pull out into the pit lane and out onto the track. Once we were on the track, he gave Steve constant and clear communication on where he needed the car to be, whether it be just a little bit of a tilt off the steering wheel to the left or the right, keeping it straight, a bit of accelerator, a bit of brake. He was constant with all of it, much like a rally co-driver. Now, you're about to hear a bit of footage I took from the passenger seat of the car in the back there of Steve being asked to pull back into pit lane at the end of his laps.
Coast FM's ROOOAARRR Youth Disability Radio.
Start braking a little now, and we're going to go into the left. That's it, good. Off the brake, off the brake, off the brake. Don't turn anymore, just straighten it up. That's it, and we're going to turn to the right just a little bit. Now straighten it up. Good. You can turn your blinker off. Excellent. Just keep it nice and straight. Now we're coming into the pit, so we've got to slow right down now to 40 k's. So we've got to brake a little. Okay, off the brake. I'll just help you guide you in here.
Yep.
It's pretty tight. We're going to move over to the left. So bring it over to the left a little. Just braking a little bit. That's it, good. A little bit more to the left. Straighten it up now. Yeah, off the brake. A little bit of accelerator. You just got to relax your hands on there. That's it, good. Try not to fight it too much. It's just, you don't need a real lot of movement on the steering wheel to be able to direct the car in certain ways. Okay, squeezing that brake a little bit, and we'll stop.
We just parked in the pits.
Maybe just go up a fraction more.
Steve's just completed his run around the track.
Squeezing that brake and we'll stop this there. That's it. Okay, well done. Let's put it into park. So, push the button on the right, push it all the way to the top.
Yep.
Excellent. Well done, Steve. That's good.
And
Turn the car off. Yeah, turn the key back towards you. That's excellent. Well done, mate. I'll shake your hand.
All right.
Good on you. Well done.
Right, thanks for that.
No worries.
How's that, Steve-O? First reactions?
Took a minute to probably get used to it, but yeah, I don't think I did too bad.
No, I think you did a good job, mate.
Yeah.
Well done.
Out of 5 stars?
Oh, mate, I have to give you at least 4.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll accept that. Room for improvement.
Room for improvement. What I would suggest next time is just relax a little bit more on the steering wheel. Apart from that, well done.
I was maybe a little bit heavy-handed, but I think I probably got maybe the accelerator and the brake pretty good.
Yeah, oh, you did. Yeah, I thought that was really good. So well done. All right.
Awesome for a first time, Steve. Room for improvement means you got to come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
That does.
That's why I gave you 4 stars, mate.
It's all right. I'll take that.
Yeah, good on you.
And thanks to the instructor too. What was your name?
My name's Dave.
Dave, nice to meet you. Thanks for instructing Steve.
Excellent. Well done. Good on you.
Youth Disability Radio on Coast FM.
We are still out here roving and reporting at Sydney Motorsport Park, where we've been invited by Ben Felton, motorcycle blind speed record holder, to take part in the Blind Speed Track Day. And one of our own, Stephen Wheatley, has agreed to be a guinea pig and get behind the wheel of a car and send it, cut some laps around Sydney Motorsport Park. We had a chat to him before he got behind the wheel, and I'm very glad to report that he lived to tell the tale and he's with us again now. How are you, Steve?
I gotta say, it's been a very, very unique experience, because being able to drive compared from being usually driven around, it's definitely been a bit of a great experience.
Oh, for sure. What an adrenaline rush this night has been for you, man. Firstly, you started off with getting behind the wheel with an instructor. Run us through that whole experience.
Yeah, okay. So how it went, we got in I can't actually tell you the type of car it was, but so there was myself, we had an instructor in the car. I took yourself and another passenger as well, and we drove around the track. We had an instructor. The instructor gave me instructions as we went, so when to turn left, when to turn right, to a bit more gas, put on the brake a bit more. And I gotta say, I probably don't think I did too bad, actually. I probably think that myself and a few of the other people here, we probably do a bit better than some of the regular drivers on the Central Coast, actually.
Yeah, especially around Gossie on a Friday night, that's for sure. I didn't expect to be saying this, but I actually felt quite safe with you behind the wheel. I don't know if it was the environment, the fact that you had an instructor with you, but did you feel safe as you were doing it? Were you confident?
I was actually, mate. I thought that I was very much in control, that I had everything down pat. I mean, I know you kept saying in the back, go faster, go faster.
Full send, Steve.
But that's good to know that you felt safe, and that you felt that you actually gave me a good review. He's given me a 4-star review, everybody. So who knows? Maybe next time you might be brave enough to come down to do another lap with me.
When you're a 5-star driver next time, I can't wait for that one. And someone who was chuckling with me in the back seat, of course, was your mum, who we talked to earlier as well, Michelle. She's with us again now. Michelle, how was the experience of being in the car with Steve-O driving for a change?
It was really nice. It was nice to see him enjoying himself, and he was being so super careful. I don't know, he might take up Uber driving now.
Well, like he said earlier, he wouldn't do too bad compared to a lot of them out there. So what do you reckon? New profession, Steve?
I think maybe so. If anybody wants a new Uber experience, look me up, and let's make it happen. I'll give some good charge some good rates. Yeah,
for sure. Blind discount, I guess you could say, something along those lines.
Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. But no, it's been a great day. Big shout out again to Ben Felton and all the rest of the team for supplying the cars, and for the volunteers who give up their time on a Monday night for us to be able to do this. And I would definitely say, if you're a visually impaired person on the Central Coast who's never driven before, or who would like to experience the thrill of being able to get behind a car, then definitely come on down to Eastern Creek here at Sydney Motorsport Park. Look Ben Felton up on Facebook. We've got his details there somewhere, I believe, and definitely come be a part of it, or even come take there goes another one of the people enjoying a hot lap here. Have an experience of doing a hot lap if you don't want to drive, because I can guarantee you'll definitely have a great time. We've definitely had a great time.
Yeah, well, I can confirm to you, and I actually got footage of this, so no one can say it was doctored or that we're lying, but you actually did crack the 100 k's an hour barrier going down the straight. Did you feel like you were going that fast?
I didn't actually, but that's good to know. I mean, obviously it wasn't as fast as Ben's record, but
of course, yeah.
But now there is actually footage of me out there showing that I actually have driven a car at 100 miles an hour, everybody. So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What a night. What a thrill. Steve, thank you so much for taking us along for the ride. It's been an awesome experience, man. And thanks for joining us once again on ROOAARRR, as always.
You're more than welcome. I hope you had a great ride, and hope you'll give me a good driver rating.
5 stars on Uber.
This is Raw with Angus Hamill.
Thanks, Steve, and thanks to his mum, Michelle, there as well. And thanks also to Ben Felton for inviting us down there to cover the event on the day and give Stephen a chance to get behind the wheel. It really was one of the most unique experiences of my life, let alone Steve's life as well. And if you're listening in at home right now, are living with visual impairment, or you know someone living with visual impairment who might be interested in the next edition of the Blind Speed Track Day and would like to find out more information, you can head to our Facebook page. Just look up Coast FM 963. Scroll down till you see the promo post for tonight's episode of Raw. There's a little song and video there created by Brandon Macmillan, our audio guru. There's also a link on there to Ben Felton's Facebook page and a link to the Blind Speed Track Day website as well to find out more information.